Now on to day number 3, and by this point you can really see a difference between the first day and the third day. And actually on the third day he allowed me to trim his nails. I think I did 4 of his nails in that session. So really 3 training sessions, 10 to 15 minutes a day is all it took to get this little guy from nothing to allowing me to trim his nails for the first time.
Well, you gotta love it when Delbert makes an entrance. Here he comes. I love it when he flies to the perch. He has lots of history getting training sessions there, so he loves coming to his purple perch in the middle of the room. So back to our training sessions. You can see already that Delbert's body language is a lot different from the first day. He's really seeming to start to get the idea that he's supposed to leave that foot there, not messing with the nail clipper so much, not climbing on the hand quite as often, although he still does it every once in a while, but we can use that target to get him back on the perch and back in the game. So we weren't quite there yet when we started the third day, so we still needed to go through some approximations where we're working on teaching him to keep that foot on the hand a little bit longer, and also starting to include a little bit more movement with the nail clippers and movement of my hands touching his toes. And you can see here he's really holding that one for quite a while and offering that other foot, which I really like seeing him do. So we keep both feet as part of the training here. And I like there, you can see his weight is pretty heavily on the perch. He's not thinking about hopping onto the hand at this point in time. And I'm starting to include bigger movements of the nail clippers because I want him to be comfortable with a lot of activity with those nail clippers. I don't want him to think that it's going to sneak up on it and or only move in little tiny bits. At first, I want to start small, but as he gets more comfortable, I want to make those movements a lot bigger so that I don't have to worry that it's going to make him nervous. Back to touching those nails and toes with my fingers and having him hang out a little bit longer. Nice big movements of the nail clippers at this point. Before I couldn't do that, but now I can. And look at him there, really letting me manipulate those toes. I love that. That's a really nice series right there. A nice long repetition of him hanging out, keeping that foot there, let me manipulate those clippers. And you'll also notice he's getting lots of treats. This is a really high rate of reinforcement. And the reason is because we're just starting out here. Remember, this is only day number 3. So we really want to clearly communicate to him that leaving that foot there, allowing me to manipulate his toes, movement of the clipper, all earns him lots and lots of reinforcers. Over time, what I can start to do is increase the intervals of time in between reinforcers. So hopefully where we'll get to be at one point or at some time down the road is that he's holding that foot up there, I'm trimming his nails, and the time that he's going to get reinforced is when I'm all done. He won't need so many treats in between. But right now he's still in that learning stage, so it's an important part of the training at this point. And once again, his training session was right before breakfast, so he had lots of interest in his treats. And he only gets those treats for training and for good behavior, or sometimes in his foraging toys, but it's not something that sits around in his cage all day long. Keeps switching out his feet on me, which is quite all right. We like that. Want to keep both feet as part of the training. Okay, so he thought about getting on the hand, didn't he? But real quick, I tried to get my target back in there to remind him it's okay to stay on the perch. Just the one foot. And there we get that one foot, just like we like it. Lots of movement with the nail clippers. They're not scary at all. He's not even looking at them, is he? Of course, it's very different from his body language the very first time he saw the clippers. He wasn't quite as confident about them, but now he's real comfortable with them. That's because he's had lots of positive reinforcers paired with the presence of those nail clippers. Ooh, pretty close to trimming a nail there. You can tell I'm probably feeling pretty optimistic at this point that pretty soon I could probably make an attempt to trim a nail, because he's leaving that foot there for a long time. He's letting me move the clippers and he's letting me manipulate his toes. clipped a little bit. I clipped a little on one toe. Although outwardly I'm very calm and excited, I was very excited. And a nice big thumbs up to let everybody know we got a little nail trim going on there. And Delbert was due. He actually had some sharp toenails, and that was part of the inspiration to get this behavior trained, because he was about ready for some nail trimming. So since he's still pretty involved and pretty interested in training, I decided to keep working him in the hopes that I might be able to get a few other nails trimmed. Still likes to play with those clippers on occasion, but look how quickly he gave them up. And all I have to do is use that target to get him to take a step to the side, and we're back on track. Okay, and I think right here we get one more. Look at that, one more nail trim. Pretty exciting.
So there it is, 3 sessions to get Delbert to the point where he'll let us trim his nails. You can try this at home with your bird. If you need more information on training, visit goodbirdinc.com.